Today's project has all the good stuff. Electronics you're allowed to touch, shiny lights, and the ability to let the internet control things in my house. The last one sounds concerning, but let's do this. For a while now, I've wanted to have this fresh donut sign. Hence, me having this fresh donut sign. Not only is it shiny, which is inherently fun, it's also practical because it turns on when the stream starts, so no loved ones accidentally go viral by breakdancing in the background of a live stream without realizing it. I wanted this thing to be all custom made and fancy, so I designed and printed this thing myself. Here's the footage of it being 3D printed that I definitely remembered to get. Very nice. Beyond that, here's the gist of the project. On my end, I'll be able to control the lights with this capacitive touch device, which basically means that when you touch it, it does stuff. I'll be able to use it to change the color and the brightness, and that includes turning it off. And I'll be giving Twitch chat the same abilities where they'll be able to use commands in Twitch chat to do whatever they want to do. Alright, let's speedrun how this thing works, and for those who don't care, there are timestamps. But you may as well stick around and go, ooh, I don't understand. Anyway, here's how it works. The only thing that got changed in this pin page is making it so that we can send out the serial messages. So that is this TX UART right here. This is going to be how we tell the Arduino, hey, look, something happened, do something about it. Because I like this little device they made, but I repurposed the button so that it could do something a little bit more fancy. And so that required a code change, oh my. So basically when these buttons are pressed, I keep track of something called the brightness index and the color index, and I feed those to Arduino as well, down here at the bottom, via UART. And that's pretty much the setup here. So here's the Arduino code, which I generified for the sole purpose of being able to upload it to the internet so that you could have it and do this project without any of the effort or the learning. Because learning is just the worst. My Wi-Fi can be a little bit wonky at times, and I want this to be a staple of my streams, so I'm going to be using Ethernet instead. So the first thing is connecting to the Ethernet, and then connecting to the Twitch channel. At which point we inform Twitch, hey, you can do stuff. Hence this message. Hello, you can change the colors. Then it's kind of broken down into these two main parts of listening for the Twitch messages and listening for the messages from the capacitive touch device. We know what valid serial messages look like for the capacitive touch device, so this part's just looking for those and processing them. And to the great surprise of everyone, the receive Twitch messages part is receiving Twitch messages, and the rest of the code's basically set up to control the LED strip within the sign, to change its colors, change its brightness, whatever we want to do. And that's the short of it. Anyway, back to stuff non-coders will care about. Just kidding, there's one more part to this. Here I am rocking a test stream to do the very last part of this project, which is just to have it such that when the stream goes live, the LEDs turn on, and when the stream ends, the LEDs turn off. Straightforward stuff, right? That guy thinks he's almost done. He's not. This is legitimately what I thought was going to be the easiest part of the project, and it was not. The same stuff that was working in Postman gave me zero response in Arduino, and from my limited understanding it sounds like that's because Arduino sucks at SSL stuff, or at least the libraries I'm using. And from the looks of it, I am far from the only one experiencing this issue, but thankfully there's some really helpful tips online, like try some Googling. Ah, yes. Perhaps I should try Googling. And that's when I gave Python a whirl, and it just kind of worked, as Python does. So I started exploring what kind of options I had to utilize Python with Arduino, whether that's an external device or what, but that's when I had a very pleasant revelation. Indeed, after a very normal and healthy mental break, I connected the dots that kept the project nice and clean, where I could utilize the Arduino code I already had working in a very logical way. I realized I had just built a murder mystery Twitch chatbot in Python last week that I could utilize for this. So if this thing's going to be running anyway, that means I have a very convenient workaround for the Arduino project. But wait, if you're utilizing a Twitch chatbot as a workaround and looking for those messages in the Arduino program, that means Twitch users can use the same messages to turn the LEDs on and off, which is the same functionality I'm giving them anyway. Plus, if I decide I care, I can just look for who posted the message. Now is time to pray to whatever deity is in charge of nerd projects and do a test to see if it actually finally worked. Ooh, okay, so that's good. So this, oh, it did turn on. Now I'm gonna stop the stream and start the recording so we can see if this part works. Now the stream's dead, so at some point, this should automatically turn off. Yes, stream's offline, that is off, things are working, heck yeah. Where's my thumbs up? There it is. With everything cooperating, that meant it was time to attach a much longer wire so I can hide the microcontroller and just have the touch device visible. To keep things nice and pretty, I carved out a little slot for the wire to fit through so I could put the back of the case back on. And then it was soldering time. With my level of soldering skill, I always expect it to be a great way to burn myself and ruin the device I'm working on at the same time, but it keeps working out, so we take those. Fun fact, dudes like me are actually mandated to accumulate cables in boxes like these over time, and I just happen to need a longer Ethernet cable. So glad this one experience could reinforce this habit I've got. I'm gonna need so many boxes for all the cables I'm gonna get. At this point, it was only logical to take my fancy LED sign out for a test spin with an actual stream, and had a lot of fun going through all the different functionality before the gaming began. So, the stream just ended. Boom! Stream is now offline. This turned off. Heck yeah, stuff works. With it fully online, it was time to wrap it up by making things pretty. I'd gotten the LED strip a long while back and legit couldn't use the sticky side of it, so I just taped it in place, which still works just fine so long as the tape isn't in view. To be positioned in a good spot, the sign sits up on a box, which was convenient because I printed the sign with a small hole in it and fed the LED strip through the box and out the side. This way I could hide the end of the strip and the Arduino stuff as nicely as possible. I put it back on the sign to make it illuminate better, and with that, I was super happy with my setup. I'm gonna keep tweaking it because I'm incapable of not continuing to mess with it, because like, what if it was upright and comes down whenever the stream starts? That'd be cool. But for now, it's fully functional and makes nice shiny lights, so it's time to call it a win and learn how to do drone stuff. Look forward to it.